my channel. Welcome if you're new here. Today's video is going to be a little bit different than my normal videos. I usually post motherhood motivation style videos with day in the life, get it all done, cleaning, recipes, grocery hauls, fitness, working out, all of that fun stuff, decorating my home, and just daily life as a mom of 4. I always try and touch on fitness in my videos because that is a big important part of my life, and I spend my twin 1-year-old's nap times usually working out when I could be doing all sorts of other things. But I am just trying to dedicate myself to getting my body in a space that is healthy and happy, especially after having the twins. So when I got pregnant with the twins, I was at a good place fitness wise and how I felt in my body. And then of course I got pregnant with twins. I'm a fairly short person and I felt like a massive elephant. It was so hard to move, and I had 2 other toddlers at the time to take care of. So I knew that I needed to keep moving, keep my body going, and I gained a total of 50 pounds when I think a little under 50 pounds when I was pregnant with the twins. But I did lose some additional weight afterwards. And in today's video, I'm gonna go into detail exactly how I did that. This is 3 pregnancies later. I feel like my circumstances are a little bit more challenging than some people's. Maybe you don't have any conditions, or you've never had kids, or you just have 1 kid or 2 kids. I've had 4 kids, and the last set obviously were twins. And I also have Hashimoto's thyroid disease, which I was diagnosed with that after my 2nd pregnancy. So that's basically a condition where my thyroid kind of like attacks my body, and it's a whole thing and makes weight loss super hard. So if you are in the thick of it, I'm going to be sharing my tips and tricks on how I lost weight. This is always requested of me on my channel, and I'm finally getting down to sit and do a dedicated video to it. So I really hope that this helps out someone out there, whether you are a mom postpartum or you're just someone looking to get healthier or find your way into a healthier lifestyle and you don't know where to start. I'm going to share with you how I did it. I literally have a huge list here in my phone. This is not easy. This is something that I worked very hard to do. I did not take any weight loss supplements. There was no Ozempic involved, no extreme dieting, I would say, nothing crazy, no personal trainer. This is just everything that I did at home by myself. You guys can kind of see before and after pictures on the thumbnail of this video, or you can just watch some of my previous videos back when I was pregnant with the twins or right after I had the twins. You can see I was significantly larger, and now I'm finally at a place where I want to be, and I just feel my best like this. I'm not saying heavier weight is bad for somebody or less weight is bad for somebody. You know what I mean? I just want to feel good in my body, and this is how I personally feel my best. So something that I did was a daily workout. Whether I wanted to do it or not, I just made myself do it because I knew that once it was done, I was going to feel that much better. And what a daily workout consisted of for me was going to our basement gym and lifting weights. Now you can, go to a regular gym. You can just get 10-pound dumbbells at home and lift weights. And I would split it. So I would do like a shoulder day, a leg day, a back and a bicep day, chest and tricep days. And I think I mentioned shoulder already. But one website in particular that helped me learn how to lift weights was bodybuilding.com. They had so many programs on there, and I initially learned to lift weights when I was 19 years old, 18 or 19 I think it was, and now I am 34, so I've been weightlifting for a long time. I definitely know what I'm doing in the gym. It doesn't mean that I always do it and follow through as a busy, tired mom. But for the most part, I know what I'm doing, and that is because I did research on that website and I learned how to lift weights, and I learned what my body liked best, whether that was like heavy or light. You just kind of have to evaluate what's best for your body. But after I would do my weightlifting, that was about 30 minutes or so, I would always make it a point to walk on the treadmill or do a bike ride on my Peloton. If you don't have a treadmill or Peloton, you can simply just go outside and go for a walk. If you're a new mom, put your baby in the stroller and just get outside and start walking. Believe it or not, walking can help you slim down so much and burn so many calories. Another thing that does help me is wearing my Apple Watch. It counts how many steps. So I like to be about 10,000 steps and above for the day. And also getting out of the house really helps with that. Even if you're just walking a grocery store, walking the mall, just to get those extra steps in really does help. But now I want to talk a little bit about, diet, because that plays a huge part in weight loss. It's not just the lifting and walking. So what I like to do is every single morning I have a protein iced coffee for breakfast. You really want to keep your protein intake high, and for me, what works best is having lower carbs. I know some people can eat carbs and still lose weight. My body just doesn't do well with high carbs, so I try to keep the carbs at a minimum, and the sugar too. So I have my protein iced coffee, which is just a little bit of cold brew coffee with one whole orgain protein shake dumped inside with a little bit of creamer. And that is just a quick, easy breakfast that I know I can commit to every single day. If I am up making all the kids breakfast and rushing some out to school, getting everybody loaded in the car, I'm most likely not going to commit to making egg whites and oatmeal and this elaborate breakfast, but having that protein shake is something that is doable. So that is key, is finding something that is doable for you, that you are going to stick to and be able to have every day. You know that you like it, you know that you are getting your protein in. So lunch is typically my biggest meal. If I'm craving something that day, I want to make sure that I have it during lunch. If I want like a dessert or a treat, a cookie, a piece of cake, a cupcake, whatever that is, I try and do that during lunchtime, because my body does a lot better having less food in the evening. I typically cut off eating around 4 or 5 p.m. I know that sounds super early, but eating late at night and snacking does not benefit me whatsoever. And if I'm trying to cut weight, I'll just eat dinner super early and I'll make sure it is low carb. So I'll have maybe some chicken and a vegetable, or a salad for dinner, but lunch I'll usually be a little more lenient and have my snacks with lunch. Carbs, maybe I'll have like some egg whites and a high protein yogurt, and then I will want like a dessert after that. So that is just one example. Or if I want any snacks, I'll have them earlier in the day. But once it hits that 5 p.m. mark, I really don't want to be eating into the night. For some reason, my body personally just does not like to lose weight that way, and it really clings to me when I'm eating at nighttime. Speaking of treats and desserts, I try not to buy a ton of that at the grocery store. I know it's tempting, but once it is in my house, I'm definitely going to eat it. So if I do not buy it, I obviously can't eat it, but I will try and find like healthier alternatives. Like the brand Quest came out with these little peanut M&Ms, and they're 1 gram of sugar. They taste really good. So if I'm craving chocolate, that might be something that I could have. Or the Eat Enlightened ice cream bars in lieu of having like a Haagen-Dazs bar. So it's just finding those healthy alternatives. If you have a specific item that you crave, let me know down in the comments below, and maybe I can think of an alternative for you. But that is what I do when, if I do want junk, I'll have a little bit of that during lunch, but otherwise I really try and cut out the junk food and minimize buying it in the first place. Another thing I try not to do is have empty calories. That would just be like having alcoholic beverages at home for no reason. That can really rack up the calories. Or just like a Coca-Cola or soda. I usually have an Olipop drink at nighttime before bed. That's like the only thing I'll have in the evening, and I look forward to that as like a treat before bedtime. But I won't drink like soda or high calorie drinks. Those are just empty calories to me. I'd rather consume some type of meal that's going to keep me full versus having an empty calories such as a drink. Let's talk about getting motivated to work out and maintain this healthy lifestyle. So what I like to do pretty much every day, since I am a stay-at-home mom, is put on athletic attire. Once I'm wearing athletic attire, it gets in my mind that, okay, at some point today, I'm going to have to work out, whether that's in my family room with all of my kids around me, or getting down to the basement gym during nap time, before the kids wake up, after they go to bed, whenever it works best for you. But wearing athletic attire really helps me get in the mindset that, all right, you're already dressed for this workout, you just have to get it done. I know that's not feasible for everyone. Some people have to get more dressed up during the day. I used to have to do that too, but I would pack gym clothes with me so I could be in my gym attire, and that would motivate me to get to working out. Another thing that helps me, this sounds kind of silly, but is to wear more tight fitting clothing. I'm wearing a sweatshirt today because it is freezing here and it just snowed. But if I wear more tight fitting clothing, it helps me to be more aware of my body and how it feels. If I'm wearing a tighter shirt, I most likely do not want to eat a massive piece of cake and feel that bloat in my belly and just kind of feel bad all day long about it. So if I'm wearing something tight, it helps me to be a little more mindful of what I'm eating and how I'm feeling that day. Putting makeup on daily definitely helps me feel motivated too. And also take some pictures of yourself. Take progress pictures, post them on Instagram stories, or just pictures of yourself, you know, working out or the weights, and just sharing that kind of helps to motivate me too. So maybe that'll help motivate you too, like a weight loss journey, transformation, and just sharing what you're doing with other people. And chances are other people are doing the same thing too. So you guys can kind of communicate and make some friends that way. And it's really fun to help uplift and motivate one another. You basically want to get yourself to a point where if you don't work out, it just feels really strange and weird. Just make it part of your daily routine. Just etch it in your schedule. I have to do this. I have to get it done. And eventually it'll become part of your daily routine. And even your family members will notice that too. Like my kids know when the twins go down for their nap, it is workout time, and they actually enjoy it now because that is their downtime. They will get to select a movie that they want to watch, have their snacks, or they can play toys, or they can join me in the gym. They know how to do like certain weights that are really light and all of that. So just making it part of your daily routine, your body will get in that mindset like, okay, I've got to do this, just as you like take a shower every single day, or you know, you eat a meal, or you turn on Netflix at night when you get into bed. It's part of your routine. So it'll just become part of your routine. It's just getting started. That's the hard part. But you have to get in your head, like, what's the end result here? What do I want to get out of this? How do I want to feel in the end? Do I want to be this size forever, or do I want to feel confident and good in my body? I'm not saying that, you know, when I was larger, I didn't feel confident, but I certainly didn't feel good physically, and I feel so much better physically. So if I can, you know, make myself feel healthier, and that just, you know, puts that out there for my family that I'm feeling happy, mom's feeling confident, then it definitely makes the day go a lot better for everyone else too, than as if I was just sitting around eating junk and feeling moody. This is basically something that you have to truly want for yourself. You can't change because somebody else tells you to change. It has to come from within you. If you want to feel better, if you want to do better, if you want to be an example to your kids, to your family members, or maybe have an online presence of motivating other people, it has to come from within you, and that's how you're really going to make a difference. One more tip that I have for you guys is if you are newly postpartum, to get your routine blood work done. After I had my second son, I knew something was wrong. I could barely get out of bed every single day. My joints were aching. I could not lose any weight whatsoever. I just felt basically like I was on my deathbed. And I went to the doctor, and they initially thought that I had lupus or Graves' disease. They could not figure it out. So finally I went to a specialist and found out that I had the Hashimoto thyroid disease, which is becoming more common with women, especially postpartum. It's like in your body, I guess, your whole life, but pregnancy and birth can bring those things out in you, and your body just changes over time. So once I started a gluten-free diet and getting on my thyroid medication, I felt so much better, and I was able to pick myself up and get to working out, getting to move. The medication did not make me lose any weight whatsoever. I'm one of those people that has to truly work for it. So if you hear that, you know, going on Synthroid makes you lose weight, it's not true. At least in my case, I didn't lose any weight going on Synthroid. I lost the weight by doing everything I said in this video. That diet, the exercise, and just being motivated to keep myself moving throughout the day. Those are the things that truly helped me to lose this weight postpartum. It was a long journey. It was not immediate. I I did not lose weight in 2 or 3 months. It took me a year and a half. So this is the sustainable way of losing weight. Some of those other like fad diets and, you know, medications, those beauty medications or whatever, you know, those are quick weight loss, not long-term solutions. These are long-term solutions and habits that you will maintain throughout life, you know, working out, eating healthy, getting on a routine. Those are sustainable things, and you will not feel complete for the day unless you get your workout in or your body's moving. Of course, unless you're sick or super busy. You know, there's circumstances that come up in life all the time, but just on a regular daily basis, it'll become part of you, something that you just do. I also wanted to mention my weights throughout the course of like start to finish. When I got pregnant with the twins, I was probably around 140 pounds. When I was about to give birth to the twins, I was probably around 180 pounds, maybe even more. The twins were only 6 pounds and 6 pounds 5 ounces. I didn't lose any other weight when I was leaving the hospital. I typically come home pretty much the same weight that I went in, just because I swell so much and hold on to so much water. So I went home a pretty high weight, and once a little bit of that came off naturally, I was still left fairly high, like in the 150s. So then I had to work to get down to 140. So I was 140 for a little while, and then the past 6 months, I would say, or so, I really worked to get down to 130. So that is my final weight right now. I would like to lose a couple more pounds and tone up just to feel the best in my clothes, because obviously I had twins, so my stomach shape looks different now. It's a little puffier, a little more bloated looking, and that's just the reality of being a twin mom. My skin stretched so much. So maybe you won't have that problem if you just have one baby, but with twins it's a little bit different, at least on my body. From when I had a single baby to twins, my body was stretched so much further. So I do have some areas that I'd really like to tighten and tone up. So I hope this video helped you guys. Maybe it motivated someone out there or gave you a reality check of just how you're feeling and how you want to feel in the future. I really hope to inspire you guys. If you did like this video, give it a thumbs up and make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on my regular videos. Those do include lots of fitness motivation and nutrition, healthy meal ideas, and grocery hauls. That's not my whole channel. Like I mentioned, I also like clean and decorate and do like daily mom life things, but that is a big portion of my life, especially now after having the twins. I am done having kids, so now it is time to focus on my health too. So I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Bye.